In this video, you're going to learn how to make a histogram using R. So quick as a situation, you've got a small collection of books in your room and you're interested in describing how many pages your books have. So you have the following data, and we want to make a histogram. So we've already learned how to make histograms on paper by hand. We've made histograms in a spreadsheet, and so now we're going to use R to make a histogram. So the first thing you want to do is figure out how to get the data into R. So R is the interface we've been using looks like this, and you can call it anything you want, and I'm usually pretty boring and I just type the word data as my variable name. So you'll type data equals C, and then you'll type all of your values into this list. So my first value was 258, then I had 290, and so on. So you can go back and you're typing your numbers one at a time. So I'm going to type these numbers in and come back and it'll be finished. Okay, so we've got the data in. So again, the command was, you can call it anything you want. Give it any word, any letter that you want. I called it data. And C, parentheses, you type all your numbers in and you close the parentheses. And then it's really as simple as I want a histogram, the command is hist. So I type H-I-S-T, parentheses, and then whatever you called it. Mine was called data. And I hit run, and I get a very nice looking histogram. And the last thing that I'd want to show you is I want this to be well labeled. It says use R to create a well labeled histogram. And our context here was this was all about number of pages. So if I want to look at my labels right now, I have histogram of data, which is not the best title. And my x-axis is just labeled data. So we can add optional arguments inside my histogram command. I can type a comma and I can add optional arguments. So the label of the x-axis is called xlab for xlabel, and you type xlab equals, and then just type anything you want in quotations. So I want number of pages. So when I hit run, now it says number of pages. You can see that update. And if I want to change the title, it's another optional argument. So I just add another argument inside the histogram command, and it's called main. M-A-I-N equals, and then do it in quotes again. So this would be histogram of number of pages, or something like that. And now when I hit run, you're going to see the title change. And then the last thing I like to show just for fun is totally unnecessary, but it's always fun to be able to change the color. So if I want to change the color, you can go to COL for color equals, and then type any color you want, like green. If I do color equals green and I hit run, now I have a green histogram. So those are some of the things you can start to play with, but this is now a well-labeled histogram. I've got a label on the x-axis, I've got a title, I had fun and I changed the color. The Y label is actually already appropriate, so this is a very nice looking histogram that I could copy and paste and put into some other document.